like on Christmas Day, we would sleep up to around 9 so that we go to church, hoping that somebody will jokingly invite us for lunch.
Wow.
And God is faithful. Some
a
people
Christmas
will, some people
prayer would
will
be answered.
will make
A joke.
a joke. Hey, let's go for lunch.
Good morning or good afternoon from wherever you are watching us from. This is Teresami and this is Inclusive Reflection Show. As usual, we are here with an amazing segment. We have on board an amazing woman on board that is going to give her testimony. But before then, as usual, we are hosted by the Ark River Line in Kangaroo. You can see the place we always tell you. This place is the real meaning of ambience. If you want to bring your family out, you want to take your parents out, we have always shared in our social media handles and even this place how it looks like. You can do a video shoot here for the gospel and artist. You can do a photo session. You can do a birthday. It's spacious. The nature itself is giving. So don't hesitate to visit them. They are opposite the police station, Kangaroo, and I'm sure they are going to give you the best services you have not experienced before. So without further ado, allow me to welcome on board a woman of God, as I said earlier. She has a testimony from a house girl to now a high school teacher. This is a story that all of us have a reason to sit back and listen to because it's going to speak to us. We will be able to understand her journey, the challenges, and get to know how did she even make it, because by the way, she took herself through school. That must have been quite a hassle. But help me to welcome on board Purity Mogo.
Yes,
Hello,
Terry.
hello. Nice to see you.
Pleasure.
Unakaa vizuri kama kawaida.
Asante.
We apologize. The last time tulikuja, tukafika venue, issues happened, there was no time. But imagine this is the day that the Lord had made.
And we thank God.
Yes.
Yeah.
Karibu sana kupitia ile kamera. Vile naona nikiambiwa, say hi to our viewers.
Hi viewers. This is Purity Mogo. I do not know how to introduce myself because I have so many titles.
Give them.
Only that, okay, as we move on, maybe you will come to realize who I am.
Okay.
But I cannot give myself a title.
All right.
Okay, they know I'm a teacher. You know I'm a teacher.
Yes, a gospel artist.
I'm a gospel artist. I'm a preacher. I'm a wife. I'm a mother. I'm a friend to many.
Yes.
I'm a philanthropist. I do so many things.
Yeah.
So about my life, I say my life is a testimony.
Amen.
Because the far that God has brought me, I can only say it is God. Because I'm from a family of 12.
Wait a minute, hold on.
12.
Hold on. Yeah. We want details. We want gists. Hii si chai. To our viewers, hii si chai. Hii ni real, eh?
Hii ni juice.
And hii ni juice, eh? That's what the teacher is saying. I've watched you. I followed you. I got to meet you more than 8 years ago in a gospel artist forum where you had come to minister. I've seen you, your wife, your mother. I know you as a teacher. I've seen the passion you have to mentor young people. Starting with your son. How old is he?
20 now.
You have a 20-year-old. You now.
Yes.
That is why you are here. So please, let us start getting to know Purity amezaliwa wapi. Umetuambia mlikuwa 12. Yeah. I know you are sister by the way. So let us get to know Purity from how you were raised, where you are from, so that we get now to understand. These testimonies we hear, we see now and then, unakarusha kamoja kwa mtandao, the continuity.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
I'm the 10th born in our family of 12. It was not easy, I'll say that, because most of my siblings did not make it even to Form 4.
Okay.
And especially the girls. Being the 10th born, I was the first to go through Form 4.
Wow.
And this because I had a supportive sister who was our second born,
Mm-hmm.
who took, because my father got sick in 1990. I remember, I think I was in class 4,
Mm-hmm.
and all along he got sick. He is bedridden since then. So my mother has been taking care of all of us single-handedly.
Wait a minute. You said
Yes.
19?
90.
Don't ask me where I was that year. I was
Yes.
somewhere. Your dad
You
has
were.
been bedridden from 1990
Yes.
to date.
To date.
So your mother raised 12 kids
Single-handedly.
single-handedly on her own.
And the only people who were 2 sisters. Those was my firstborn and secondborn.
Okay.
And unfortunately, when I was in Form 2, my sister who took me to high school, provided shopping and all that, supported mom,
Yeah.
passed on.
Oh no.
And I remember it was tough.
What
Because it's
happened?
like I was almost dropping out of school.
That must have been a blow. They only helped.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Those who remember those years, even the coffee payout was not as
good.
promising.
Yeah.
So I remember it was my mom would come to school, plead with the administration, go back home. Yes, to take care of my father, other siblings.
Yeah.
We were in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I think we were 3 of us in high school at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And my sister passed on.
Mm-hmm.
It was tough. So after actually 3 weeks to KCSE is when I went back to school after being sent home.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no hope of going back to school. But then 3 weeks, no, not to KCSE. I was out of school for 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So I came on the rehearsal day
Wow.
because I had to sit for the
For the
exam.
exam. Mm-hmm.
I sat for KCSE, but surprisingly, I never went for my results.
The arrears.
The fee arrears. Somebody came and told me, and do you know you passed? One of the teachers who found me somewhere. I was employed in a small kiosk.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, you mean I passed? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to go to the university. And I was like, do you understand what you're talking about?
What are you talking?
There is even no hope.
Yeah.
How to get my results from school is actually a dream.
Yeah.
I had to just let it go. I stayed and hustled. I went to Nairobi. Obviously, girls must go to Nairobi.
Mm-hmm.
And after Form 4, you look for jobs. I worked in companies like baking cakes and selling. Then after around 3 years, I decided, okay, I'm a grown-up now.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was married.
Okay.
Is somebody
How old are you at this time?
What are you asking now?
How old are you when you decided?
I said after 3 years, so you can guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I got married. It was good. Getting married in a wedding and people celebrating. But my friend, it was not easy after this. Because my husband's job was unstable.
Okay.
It was, do we say what?
Say as it is.
Yeah.
What was it?
See, the man who he is today and the man who was there would not afford even a meal.
Yeah.
Because I remember, like on Christmas Day, we would sleep up to around 9 so that we go to church, hoping that somebody will jokingly invite us for lunch. And you know, God is faithful. Some people will, some people will
be answered.
will make a
joke.
A joke. Like, let's go for lunch. And we said, this is a prayer answered. I remember my best couple, they were fond of that.
Yeah.
Because they had small children, and so it was party for them.
Yes.
But for us, we had nothing in the house, and it is Christmas. I remember hearing people saying, today we have, who is cooking chips? Can you make chicken? Who is doing this? You know, I was in a plot,
Yeah.
10 by 10.
Mm-hmm.
When people talk about honeymoon, actually, to date, I don't know what is honeymoon.
You didn't go?
To where? How? With what?
Ni kanisa, harusi, uwanja, nyumbani.
Kanisa, harusi, kwa plot.
Oh, God.
If they did not give us a bed, then would have lied on the floor.
Uh-huh.
But God is good.
Mm.
Here we are today.
Mm-hmm.
So we stayed for years. I am one person who knows the weight of debts, because I remember one Christmas day we counted debts and it was like 6,000.
Mm-hmm.
We went to pray in Acacia that God, please, let us not cross over to the next year with this debt. And we hoped for a miracle. I remember walking, looking down from the kesha, hoping that mlevi aliangusha kitu chini niokote.
Yeah.
To answer my prayers.
Yeah.
I only found 5 bob.
Only.
Yeah, only. And there we were.
Mm-hmm.
We went home. Now it is dodging the shopkeepers. So you must take a kilometer distance
So that you
to
don't pass
evade
by
the
proximity issues.
You don't want to meet with the shopkeeper.
Yeah.
Because you are ashamed of these debts. So I got a child and it became worse.
I can imagine.
Because this child would cry for chapati. We were in a plot, so the shops are there, the hotels are there.
Yeah.
But we will not afford. So what do? I carried my child to a farm. There was a coffee plantation.
Mm.
And you can imagine carrying a child, a bag for the child, and you must pick coffee, carry the buckets, carry the sacks.
The sacks. Mm.
At the end of the day, I remember one time I made 75 shillings. And I really celebrated a whole day.
With your child?
With the 75 bob, I had to take the child to hospital because we have been rained on.
Yeah. The raindrops from the coffee plantation is not a joke. It's not the same as plucking tea. There's a whole difference.
Mm. So it was that tough. But I thank God for the patience He gave us.
Yeah.
Actually, I always said, if I didn't hear the voice of God when I was getting married, I'm one person who would have given up. Because I didn't know this is what it was.
Yeah.
But from the strength I saw in my mom, I was ready to fight through.
Yeah.
One of the neighbors would make fun and ask me, you mean you went to Form 4?
To end up here.
And you passed? I told her I had that I passed.
So you did not even know?
I did not even
what
know.
Is it that you got, the grade?
I did not.
Haukuwa natamani?
No, natamani, but where do you go to asking? You have a fee area, you are told you lost books.
Yeah, that one now is another complication, so nobody will...
So you can't clear from the school.
Yes.
Actually, I don't know how, but I think I even left my box in school.
You were in a boarding school?
I was in a boarding school. Those years, the day school was, I think there was only one. And my mom was determined to make sure that I finished.
Sometimes when you talk about your mom, I feel like you're talking about a woman else, another woman that I know somewhere. You've reminded me, I was admitted in Kangaroo. I left my box and my items in school because my mother would not raise school fees anymore. So I just carried my clothes, packed them in end of the term. I packed them I borrowed a big bag because I knew this boarding masomo
imeisha.
I left box and everything, and I came home, Mom, just get me a day school. You've tried enough. So when you talk about the strength of a mother, trust you me, I can relate with what you're saying. You know,
I never saw my dad when I was in school. All along, he was in hospital.
Yeah.
Hospital, back, hospital, and back home. So I would see how Mom was struggling, but she was determined, you must go through school.
Yeah.
And I think because of the previous experiences of girls getting babies and dropping out of school, she was like fighting
I feel like they could see there is something about you that is different.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be the reason as to why it is not going to be actualized. Let me do my
And
part.
that must have been divine.
Yeah, it was, I think.
Because I think she would have given up like any other.
Yeah, like you're gonna go like the rest. So why am I supposed to go there? I even have enough burden here. So you can see it. You see that place that you can see things are in plain black and white. You know why I can't make it.
Because even her grandchildren would call her mom. There was like a competition between my mother and the daughters.
Oh my God.
The mother and the daughters were getting children almost at the same time. Some of my nieces are older than me.
I can imagine if you are 10th born in a family of 12. Yeah.
So I'm done with high school, married. Then one time I got a kid, my last born kid, and the kid passed on.
So you have gotten the firstborn, you are still struggling. You've gotten a second-born.
Yes.
You have still not gone back to college. There is no hope. You are still managing your marriage as a wife. Your husband is with you.
So when my last born passed on, I would ask myself, I was planning my life that I'll be now taking care of my kids. So what will happen with me?
Yeah.
What will become of me? What will I do, God, every day? I am the praise and worship leader in the church. I really want to encourage these young people. You can go through youth life and get married, sustain marriage. Now my child is gone. I thank God for some people who came home. And one of the ladies, as they were helping me at home, asked me, You mean you performed in school? Yes. Would you like to teach? I said yes. I don't know how to teach, where to start.
Yeah.
But at least somebody has mentioned something that I can do. Sorry, before then, I would carry my son to a friend of mine, actually my mentor. And I really thank God for that lady. God will bring people to your life with a reason. From the church, just in the church, the lady missed a house girl. Let me see, niko home too, taking care of my small boy. So akaniuliza, would you help me at home? I'm like, yes.
You really want to find something to do.
At least 100 per day. Yeah. So I would carry my son. For the first time, my son had a balanced diet of uji and lunch together with the other child whom I'm taking care of. Up to date, my son and that boy, they call one another brothers because they grew together. Okay. So this lady asked me, you mean you in school, you passed? Yes. That is what I hear. Then she supported me to get my results.
Okay.
So she paid for my fee arrears. Wow. I'm telling you, in this world we have destiny shapers.
True, yeah.
Then I went for the results and I handed them. So when this lady asked me about going to teach, I had my results already.
Okay.
So I went to one of the private schools in Kirinyaga, Precious Treasures. I was employed for 3,000 shillings per month. Wow. And it felt like I've hit the jackpot. I'm now a teacher.
I know. A high school for that matter.
You know,
was it high school?
No, primary. But it was well structured. I was teaching from class 1 to class 8.
Okay.
But God knows our destiny. Because by the end of 1 year, I was called by the office and I was told, I'm sorry, madam, we are overstaffed.
We are letting you go.
I cried in that office. So am I going back?
Yeah.
To working in the farms? Am I going back to be a housewife? What will I do with my life and my kid?
Mm-hmm.
So I went back, and it was in December.
Yeah.
So December, there is no problem. Nobody asks you when you go back.
Yeah.
Right? So in January,
Mm.
God is faithful. Another one, a school was opening in my neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
I was told, come help us to start this school.
Mm.
My friend, babies started streaming in the school. You know, I've been used to teaching class 1 to class 8.
Mm.
So these babies, when they come to school, the first thing they start doing is crying. They are crying to go back with the
Home.
mother. So our job as teachers was to contain them. You
Yeah.
must stay in school.
Mm.
So after crying, we go to class.
Yeah.
I am told now, because they came with tea, give them tea.
Okay.
We give our children tea. Then after some minutes, it is porridge time. Give them. You know, you are serving them.
Yes.
You are spoon feeding them.
Mm.
Then you teach for some minutes, A, B, C, D. It is lunchtime. Feed them again. My God.
Yeah.
Ay. After that, they have to sleep.
You have to put them to bed.
You put them to sleep.
You are unable to put one. One is even a hassle enough. Now they are many. Oh God. And every child, I think, according to psychology, has their own techniques
yes.
of what is supposed to be done, the patterns.
After 1 week, the manager came and told me, my friend, even your face says it all. You are not
can't.
okay. And I said, yes,
Yeah.
I'm tired. Then she told me there's another school in which January, actually 2009. There's another school of my cousin. It's a bigger school.
Okay.
You can go.
Wow.
So I went, and I rented a room because it was quite a distance from home.
Yeah.
My friend. Then I was given one class, single class, to teach. I think it was class 2 or 1. And I was supposed to teach all the subjects. Remember, I'm not trained.
Yeah.
I don't know the psychology of these children. I don't know when it is time to change from mathematics to English to whatever.
Yeah.
So I thought what I loved.
What?
And one time, as I'm waiting for students to do the assignments, I fell asleep. You can imagine the monotony of being with only one class throughout. You're used to moving from class 1, you're in 4, you're in 6,
the
you're
age,
in 8.
the different age groups.
Yeah, it's interesting. So I was called to the office, and it was Ed month. Remember this, you know, the first week I was in another school, 3 weeks I was in this school, so I am invited to the office, and I'm given an envelope, and I said thank you, and I signed. I have my pay.
Okay.
Then I went to class, then I was called again. Did you open the envelope?
Wait a minute. You did not open the envelope.
I did not. I just signed.
You without knowing what is it that you're signing?
Oh, they told me your salary and so you must trust your boss.
Yeah.
How can you start counting cash?
You can't.
It's in an envelope.
But at least you should have been curious to see what is there.
It was Edmund. So what is the curiosity about?
Salary.
I knew what they were supposed to. They were paying me 4,000. This time I was promoted to 4,000.
Okay.
So I was okay. Then I opened the envelope and the headline, termination of employment. I will never forget that one.
Oh God, the wordings.
It hit me so hard.
Well, the Bahasha didn't have your pay, or it is your
has
pay?
My pay and a letter.
Oh my God.
So they're wondering, how did you go back to class?
Yeah, like.
So, okay, let me go back.
Any reason?
Home. No reason. Was there a reason? I don't remember. But I remember that
word.
The reference. Termination of employment. So I went home.
Yeah.
I didn't want the neighbors to ask me why I'm not going to work. So I would wake up very early, go to my mother's place. It was 10 bob that time. 10 bob transport. I went to my mother's place, stayed the whole day. Then in the evening, go back home.
Like someone that has
And
come from work.
from work, very clean.
Yeah.
Then after a week, my salary was exhausted. I had 200 shillings left. So what do I do? I remembered somebody and told me there's a college somewhere in Chuka, Robert Teachers College.
Yeah.
I said I should. Then I inquired where it is. I was told the 200 would be enough
to go.
Yeah, to and fro. My friend, I went up to a place called Kangoro. Then I was told it is just down here.
Yeah.
Do you know I walked for 10 kilometers? 10 kilometers with my 3 years old boy. We walked to a point my son would ask me, can I collect ripe mangoes? And I said, no, they are not okay. They are rotten. Don't eat. So we went to college. Remember, it's in February now. Students have reported in January.
Yeah.
Then when I went to school, I was told, I am giving you a week to report. 1 week. I carried my letter home.
This is now an admission letter
to college. For diploma in education.
You who has 200.
And I have, no, it's now 100.
You have already used 100.
Yeah, 100. We spent, I think, 20 bob on the way. We bought some.
You're being given a letter of admission and you are given a deadline of a week to join.
So I went home and I told my husband, hey, I have a letter of admission to college and I have a week to prepare. My husband was quiet for 3 days. He did not talk to me. So a mad woman.
I love the way men react to things.
Then I went and told Mom.
Sometimes I wonder whether we think right.
We do. No, men do not understand us.
Yeah.
But I think
3 days.
3 days. He was quiet. He never talked about it. Then we would meet with my neighbors and tell them, neighbor, I'm reporting on Monday.
Oh, God.
Then I had a neighbor. I thank, may God rest her soul in peace. A very supportive lady. Because actually, she would always challenge me to go back to school.
Okay.
She was called Mama Elijah. I had seen her hang pink bed sheets. And in my letter, I'm supposed to report with pink bed sheets.
Okay, problem sorted.
Then I come and tell her, hey, Mom, I'm supposed to report on Monday. And the letter indicates that I should carry pink bed sheets. I believe, I don't remember what she did, but it's like she just washed them.
Yeah.
And gave them to me. Then I knew somebody who had a maroon, a navy blue skirt and a white shirt. So I would go and tell my friend, hey, hi, I'm reporting on Monday and I'm supposed to go with a white shirt and a navy blue skirt. I'm trusting God and I'm reporting on Monday.
God, your technique was learned. It has had a very high IQ way of.
So actually it was a choir uniform.
Yeah.
So I convinced 2 choir members. To date that choir uniform is never used in that church. Because I already carried 2.
Ulitumia ikiwa uniform ya shule.
Yeah, shule. So I went to college after. My pastor told people now, anything you bring on Sunday, let's support this lady to go to college. We managed 15,000. The fees was 40. And no shopping. So with my 15,000, I went and paid. Then I told my husband, let's do this. We will not report in the morning. We'll report late in the evening. So that at least I will sleep in a hostel. If the next day they send me back home, I'll be from school. Okay. And that was my faith. Then I got a very, very relaxed environment. Nobody asked, where have you come from? Okay. So I stayed for a whole week without an admission number.
Now, have you paid the 15,000?
It's already in the bank. I have the slip. But I have not given the slip to anyone.
Because
it is rush.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm a student like any other. And that is at the age of what? 30 what? That is 10 years after high school. Yeah, around 30 years. 30 years old. So I'm there, mama, bio. Before I acclimatized, it was a week. Then something happened. The registrar asked for admission numbers.
Yeah.
And the three of us did not have admission numbers. So we went to the registrar. Then I told the registrar, yes, I had paid fees. 15,000. He told me, I will not talk to you. Go to the principal's office. I thank God for the principal, Mr. J.J. Ngatiari, OGW. That old man, when I went to his office, and I gave him the slip, he asked me, Mama, you start school with all these problems. Utamaliza kweli? Nikamwambia, Bwana principal, God will provide. He called the registrar. Hello, this lady says that God will provide. Let's see how God will provide. And I told God, you are in a test.
Yeah.
You must prove yourself, Jehovah Jireh, in my life. So I'm there and I'm okay in college. Okay, on and off would be sent home and people would think I love my husband so much, so every weekend I must go say hi to him.
They thought.
But I was going for fees. Sometimes I would produce cards. I support so and so, Purity Mogo, college fees. 1,000, I give you Terry 1, you give me 1,000, and I'm back to school. One time my sister Florence, you know her?
Yes, I know her. A lovely woman.
She would come and sponsor me with shopping. And I'll never forget her giving me 10,000 shillings to go back to school. And that is the highest I have ever paid.
In that school?
In that school, after the 15,000, the 10,000.
Yeah.
So after college, I don't have fees, but I didn't have fees. But after college, before I'm done with my teaching practice, I had paid everything. The school actually gave me my balance of 10,000 shillings.
God provided.
How God provided.
Wow.
When they wanted to start a university, they called me to be the pioneer.
Wow.
They wanted that provision of God in that college.
In that institution.
And I'm telling you, it worked.
Wow.
I did my diploma and my degree at the same after.
At the same institution.
So God is faithful. Some people would have thought this would never happen. Like I told one tailor, a friend of mine, mi naona siku moja nitarudi shule, nitaenda college, nisome kitu. And she told me, ai, mtu mzee kama wewe urudi shule, sikuja nikufunze ufundi ukuwe tailor kama mimi. Kamwambia mimi sionangi nikiwa na nguvu ya kushona, mikono yangu na miguu na kushona azizi. So God has worked miracles in my life. Some people will discourage you not to achieve your dreams. But let me tell you, God will use you even for other people. Because after college, even before I was employed by the Teacher Service Commission, because I was employed after 1 year.
Wow, that is actually where I was coming from to ask you. Now you have graduated. There's now the
before graduation.
There's now the tamaking that comes. You know, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where to start. Or I hear there is the issue of you need to know someone so that you can get a TSC number. You know, we can't deny these things are there. So I wanted to ask, how will you now maneuver to employment by TSC, considering the journey itself, the challenges? Now here you are. You have applied faith, acquired education. You are now here. Who do you know? I think you come from a family like mine. We only know God. We don't know anybody else.
Because this same lady who paid for my school fees was that time teaching in St. Paul's Kivoti. Then she heard there is a vacancy for for a teacher of CRE and English. And she told me, come and apply. I went to that school. the principal, current principal's kangaroo school, Mr. Muriuki.
Yeah.
He told me, let's go to class. And actually on the way, it's when he remembered he has not even interviewed me how much I want to be paid or how much they are paying. But did I even care?
No.
What I wanted was a job. So before I graduated, I had a job.
Wow.
At St. Paul's Kivote. Then after exactly 1 year, somebody called me that there's a vacancy in a school in Kiambere. Kiambere is quite far. Because on the way, I thought even the motorbike guy had missed the way. So I went to the school. It is full of rocks and it's in a dry place. I've never been there. So kufika, naambiwa panel imefika, but you are the only interviewee.
All that long?
And I'm like,
all that way?
Yes. And I'm like, God, bring somebody else to take up this job.
Not me.
This is too far. So I never hustled for a job. I only did that interview and got that job.
How did you settle with the distance?
I'm a survivor.
You were praying for God to bring another person.
My friend. I can live in the hills now. I can live anywhere.
Yeah.
Yes. God has trained me that hard way. When the Bible says that gold is refined through fire, I believe I've gone through fire. There is nothing so great, so big, so difficult that with God I cannot achieve. Wow. So when I was in St. Paul's, another sister of mine had completed class 8. She passed well, but she did not go to high school. That time she was 28 years. The one who was after me.
I was to ask you, how old is she? Because now you are going back to school at 30, you are 10th born. So chances are the age is not that. She's not 22, 20.
When she was, I think she was 28, I took her to Form 1.
She was still with mom?
At 20, no. Live and to go on. She was her mother. Okay. Actually, I took her to Form 1 and the son to class nursery. They went to school the same time with the son. Today, she's a nurse in Qatar. So I was talking about destiny connectors.
Yeah.
Even if God takes you through hell, even if life takes you through all hardships, it is for a reason. Because in our family, I think we were never to go to that extent. We were never to see ourselves out. Yeah. Nobody would have recognized us. I said I'm a gospel artist, yes. Yeah. But I think that time I was singing better when I was a house help. My voice was sweeter and I would jump higher. Nobody recognized me. Nobody even invited me to their church. Yes. I would preach. Maybe in fellowships, even a platform in church, I would not be given. And I remember when I became a teacher, even somebody came and told me, we will sponsor you to a Bible school. I was like, now I'm from college, you take me back to another college to become now a priest. And I've been with you for more than 10 years. You never saw that in me.
This is the time you are seeing it.
This is the time you're seeing it.
How did you take that?
I did not take it. Because I felt like this was a distraction. And I wish she would say it today. I really wanted to eat the money of becoming a teacher.
Yeah.
So when you see me out there trying to help some people, like yesterday I was in the prison.
Yes, I saw. Unfortunately, I was not able to accompany you up and down. How was it?
It was nice. And those ladies love God.
Yes, they do.
They worship, they praise.
They do.
I'm telling you, you would feel the presence of God in that place. We loved it.
Yeah.
So when you see me going out of my way and helping one person to become something, it is because of what I've gone through. And I thank God. Yes.
Let me ask, you are a teacher. When I met you, you had recorded your music.
Yes.
One of the things I think I need to thank God for is your husband. How has your husband been able to support all part of you the preacher part, the teacher part, the philanthropist part, the gospel artist part. And you have been an amazing mother. So how did you come to, now I think I can record my songs? Because again, we tend to think people that are in career, okay, we associate maybe music and everything with people that don't have something else to do. Yani ni kama, I'm sorry to say, tumeachia ufalme wa Mungu ni kama wa wale watu hawana kazi za kufanya. You'd be like, tell someone I was in Akesha and she's like, what are you, Akesha? I'm going for a mission. What are you doing? You know, how did you get to that point? And what pushed you?
I thank God. About my husband, he was just made for me.
Wow. That is a very strong word.
Yeah. Because how he manages me, and it is only God who gave him to me and gave me to him.
Yeah.
Because it is not easy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sometimes working very far. At times I have missions very far. He has really supported me. Like in music, he actually bought a phone for me to record, to start taping myself through his phone. I'll be back to music when God speaks. I told God, I will sing when you speak. Because ni ngumu kujiongoza in this ministry. But I don't stop praying. I don't stop going to Keshas. I don't stop missions. I don't stop doing good. He is my backup and my prayer partner. Yes.
Wow. Let's talk about your children. You have raised an amazing young man. Mwenye ulikuwa unaambia siokote maembe chini mkienda kutafuta nini college. How has the journey been like?
With all,
you know, sometimes.
You know, I was going to college. You said sometimes.
You have seen me doing coaching for mothers. It's because I feel, ladies, we are getting to that place where you are. I am married now. We derive our meaning, our purpose of life being around family only. But God has created us to become something bigger.
Yes.
But until purity, someone walks a journey with you, you will never realize the power, the purpose, the bigger destiny that is within you. We are seeing girls dropping out of campus, people getting married, marriage not working, getting home frustrated. Someone that had a big destiny, they end up being, you know, I think you've seen it.
And I think everybody should understand their purpose in life.
Yeah.
And God's intentions.
For them.
Because what I believed, you know, when I had a voice that like, or an imagination that this man was interested with me, I told God, just like Gideon, if it is you, let this and this happen. I tested God. And that is how he has supported my ministry.
Okay.
So about my son, when I was going to college, I had to leave my son. So with my mom for the 3 years.
Wow.
When I'm working far, he's with my mom or with my husband. Today he's born again. Actually a preacher.
Wow.
He prays like nobody that I know.
Yeah.
He loves God and training as a civil engineer.
Congratulations.
He's now in the university. And I would only say that if you're bringing up a child, it is God who can bring up a child.
True.
There's a song I sang and said, it is only God. When the Bible says, unless the Lord builds a house, the builders labor in vain. When you struggle to bring up your child single-handedly without God, you will miss the mark.
True.
Only God owns our destiny and the destiny of our children. And you cannot dictate for them what they want to be.
Yeah.
And if you want to struggle to take your child to a direction, unless God has designed it.
True.
Watoto siku hizi kwanza atakausha kichwa, you'll be frustrated. And by the way, the devil is using the tactic of watoto vichwa ngumu even kumaliza familia. And if watoto wameanza kumaliza familia, shetani anajua vizuri anamaliza destiny ya watoto. So it's the high time, if you are bringing up a child, you are a young family, young mother, young father, let us surrender them to God. Let us train them in the ways of God. They will never forget. One time my son refused to go to church for about 2 or so years. And I would leave him at home.
Let him be.
Let him be. But I would pray. I would go for Keshas and wake him up to open the gate for me. And tell him I've gone for Kesha and I am praying for you. Today, he will leave me in the house, go for those Keshas.
You exchange.
Yes. He will tell me I'm not around. Why? I'm going for a Kesha, I'm going for fasting, I'm going for those things. So it is great, it is good to leave God and let God have his way in our children. We don't know how to bring up children. We don't. And if we think we do, we are wrong. Not in this generation. You know, we were brought up wakati hakukuwa hata na simu. Hakukuwa na internet. Hakukuwa na exposure. Today I hear it is CBE or CBC, whatever it is. Haijatufikia sisi, so we don't even understand where we're heading to.
Yes.
So with this kind of children of today, unless sasa tuachilie Mungu our shape, only God can shape the destiny of our children. Tusijisumbue. He holds the keys to our lives. That's what the singer said. And he holds our destinies. Let them go through God's training. My son is God's will. God will. I made it God will. But the father had given the name God's will. And whenever he was running away from God, I will remind God, remember, this is your will. Let your will prevail. Yeah.
Wow.
So that is my son. He's doing okay.
What an amazing testimony. God has graced you. And often when we go through challenges, I think I'm getting to a place and saying, sometimes I think purity, there are things that you go through not for your sake, for another person to borrow from your story to find the strength. For another person to say, if Teacher Purity made it, if this is her story, then it can also be mine.
Amen.
I'm not an exemption. So you just went through the journey that God wanted. You have spoken to so many people. You have spoken to so many hearts. And we thank God for you.
Amen.
And we appreciate you, even you agreeing to come on board. I really wanted to know because your story and mine are almost similar. You know?
Yeah.
Mimi nimefanya kazi ya nyumba for 2 years. 2 years.
Tough.
Hey? Unapata 3,000 unatumia mamthao, ka 1,000 unanunua dress, hata ujui ni dress inakaa aje, ingine unaweka ya kwenda church. There is nothing else I knew.
Yes.
You know?
Wewe hujanunua kiatu ya 50 every weekend wewe. Unanunua every Saturday, unanunua kiatu, unashinda nayo Sunday na inaisha.
But God has been faithful. Here we are. And that's why I normally tell people, for me, I will always say, remove God from my equation, I don't exist.
Yes.
Because I don't know anybody. God has made us to be the people that will be pioneers of greatness in our family.
Sure.
And we thank God for you. Wacha tuishie huyu Mungu, tuendelee kutangaza injili yake. That God can pick you from nothing. For me, I normally tell people, it doesn't matter whether hii kazi ishaifanywa na mtu mwingine kwetu, ama kwa baba. No, I will do it because my own journey is defined.
Yes. And that is what the singer said. Where our parents never went to, we are getting there. Tutafika.
True.
Kile hawakuguza tutaguza.
Sisi tunaguza. Kwa imani.
Kile hawakuvaa tunavaa na tutavaa.
I know.
Yes. Magari hawakuendesha tutaendesha. They were preserved for us.
Yeah.
Yes. And that is the belief everybody should have.
Yes.
Ya kwamba Mungu amekuwekea mambo makubwa. Don't look at today. Don't undermine yourself today.
Yeah.
There is God who changes destinies. Juu kama ningejiangalia, if you were given me in the year 2006, 2007, ungenitema.
Wakati ulikuwa unangojea watu Christmas wakualike mpate kwa kukula.
Hakuna mtu alikuwa ananiita hata harusi, hata ikiwa kwa neighborhood.
Yeah.
Nobody would. Hata mazishi tu ndio ninaenda juu sasa haiko kwa mazishi haitanwi. Unasikia watu wanasema tumetoka udhoni wapi hapa? Aya, sikujua.
But today
hata wananiuliza mbona hukuja? Because today I have to use my diary to tell somebody, I'm sorry, I will not come.
I can tell with how busy I've tried to capture you to be on this show.
And even being here now.
I know.
I'm counting time.
We thank God. Thank God. Now, I want you to do something. As usual, when we come here, we speak to people. This is your camera. I want you to speak to your husband. We salute that man. I want you to speak to your husband, to your son. And then as we come to the close of the show, you must have something. And to your mom that has taught. You know, I think some of us, we are unable to function in feminism because we have been raised by women in masculine. You know, we saw our mother be wives and husbands at the same time, even in presence of our fathers. Despite the fact that they provided, they never told us they're supposed to be on top of the father. You know. So I think some of us are still figuring out this feminine thing. And we have to. So through that camera, please, as we come to the end of the show, speak to your husband.
I'll start by speaking to my mom.
The order is your mom, your children, finish with your babe.
You will know.
All right.
Yeah, to my dear mom. She's the only lady in our village. Sijaisikia ameulizwa mojene. My mom knows how to mind her own business. My mom has brought us, showing us love. How she has loved my father. Previously, my father was very tough. Unakumbuka kitambo, mama alikuwa analala kwa kahawa, vita kama hizo.
Mandizi, mama amelala kadhaa.
Ama asubuhi unaamka unapata madhea yuko, alienda. But when my father got sick, my mother has supported and walked the journey with her. Mom, I love you. Na ile maombi naomba uishi miaka mingi. To see the great grandchildren wako. To my son, you know I love you and you are my prayer item. And I pray that as you love God today, keep loving God. He will never frustrate you. You have seen how far He has taken you. He will take even further. To my dear hubby, my husband, love of my life, John Mogo Kamau. Mimi nakupenda. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for being there for me. Thank you for understanding me, studying with me. Sometimes you even fight my battles, which I know and I don't know. You pray for me. We have walked this journey and we are going far. Let us stick together because that is the will of God for our lives. I love you all my viewers, I love you all, and God bless you so much. God bless Terry.
Amen. Thank you so much. To our viewers, we have come to the end of our show today. I have no words. Sometimes when people have lived their testimony, it's enough. Because your very presence here, I think unafaa unitumie picha ya before and after.
I will.
Tunafaa tuletewe producer tuletewe picha ya kuweka before.
By the way,
you should please when you get home. We are not producing this show without those photos.
Before
we need
and
to
after.
See the purity before and after the grace of God. But we have come to the end of this show. As usual, we want to take this opportunity to thank you. We couldn't be doing this if at all God did not purpose assign us this assignment. We are here to raise people. We are here to inspire one life at a time. One of the things that I say, when you see people making it, when you see the results, just understand there is a journey. There is a process. Growth is not instant. So you've had Purity's journey, where she is. She's an amazing woman of God. I've been following for a while. And I want to take this opportunity to appreciate you. When my dad got sick stroke 5 years ago, my dad needed a wheelchair. I didn't know where to go. For some reason, I asked in my social media platforms, Facebook, anybody with a wheelchair, and she came through for me. We appreciate on behalf of me, my mom, and my family. Thank you so much. Dad is doing well. He's still bedridden. The father my dad can walk is there, then back. Once in a while when he's going to the hospital, he'll use the wheelchair. But we bless God. Listening to your mom having taken care of your dad for 30 years. Over 30 years in a wheelchair. My God, these women will never be able to honor them enough. We will never be able to honor them enough. But we pray that God will keep them, sustain them, give them good health, and so that they keep on showing us what it is to be a wife and
Yeah.
a mother. So, to our viewers, keep it inclusive reflections. Here we inspire one life at a time. Until next time, I am your host, Terry Sami. May the Lord bless you and keep you. Please subscribe to our show. Share this story as much as sharing is free of charge. Let us spread the word. Engage us in the comment section. If you want to invite Purity, just put it in the comment section. She's a youth mentor. She talks to mothers, and I'm sure we will be able to connect you. So please, I've forgotten something. Through that camera, can you give out your number in case someone wants you to go and speak to the mothers, the church?
Okay.
Yes, please.
My number is 0714 967 838. 0714 967 838. Thank you.
All right. Goodbye. Until next time, keep it
Bye.
inclusive reflections.